Hello and welcome back. This is Joanna the Medium. These are going to be readings for the month of December 2016, general readings, and they will apply to your sun, moon, and rising signs. I do have a bit of an announcement at the end of this intro, so if you want to fast forward, go ahead, but it is at the end of the intro, so don't miss it. December is a month of a lot of culminations. And though December is the last month of the year, so culminations and looking back is typically what we do. But there seems to be a lot of energies with most of the readings I've done for December 2016, where there seems to be a lot of looking back, a lot of contemplating, a lot of determining what to leave behind and what to take forward to the new year 2017. Of course, as always, I am so grateful for all of you, for liking, for sharing, for subscribing, and for commenting. I read every single one of your comments. What I would suggest, if you would like to have a private session, please do not leave me a message on YouTube or comment on YouTube as to how to book a session or to book it, because I don't get to those messages in time, and oftentimes I will stumble upon a message from someone who wants to book, but weeks have passed by and I didn't even notice the message there. So if you would like a private session, that information is down below for you, and it's also on my website, which is fairly easy to do, very easy to do, and I'm including all that information for you down below. I'm just trying to see if there's anything else, and yes, so in January, aside from my regular general readings, I will be recording additional readings for purchase for minimal amount through Vimeo. It's something that I have been prompted to do for quite some time, but I've been sitting on it, and it's now time. With New Year, I'm being pushed really to do this. These will be either readings for the first 3 months of 2017 or for the first 6 months of 2017. So if I don't post them at the beginning of January together with my general readings, they will be posted slightly later. I may just not have enough time to record all of them to be posted at the same time, but they should be posted towards the middle of January at the latest. And I will post an additional video just to let you know that these are posted, and I will post all those links below as well for easy reach for you. And I think that's all I have. Of course, this is a Christmas season, holiday season. I wish you all the best. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas for those of you who celebrate Christmas. Hanukkah, whatever it is that you celebrate or not. I wish you safe and happy Christmas. And I look forward to seeing you in January. And without further ado, let's go to the readings. See you in a moment. Hello, welcome back. This is going to be a general reading for the sign of Aries for December 2016. I have 3 cards face down. I will start off with a message first, channeled message first, and we'll see what we have. Appreciation for self is the name of the game in December. Appreciating what you have done, how far you have come, how far you still have to go without hesitation and without concerns. Allowing yourself to appreciate the very aspect of your being in the way you have not been able to acknowledge up until this point. This is a time of grounding, and it's a time of great expectations. These expectations are being defined as expecting yourself to be the best that you can be, but also expecting the world or the universe to provide whatever you need in order to thrive, not just survive. The month of December is a month of remembering how far you have come, yet also to acknowledge that there is still work ahead to be done. This work that is being spoken of, this work ahead, is work on self. Substantial amount has been spent in worrying or worries about what's next. What's next regarding work, career, love, life in general, worries about what's next. Worries about finances, worries about jobs or careers. Worries about growing your career or growing your finances. This has been predominant for the last, interestingly enough, he says 7 years. And also since the month of May. This message is for those who are struggling, not only financially, but also emotionally and spiritually, mentally as well. So I guess that would cover most people. All joking aside, the number 7 is being shown to me as in 7 or July. For whatever reason, there might be a significance to you with regards to the number 7. I also hear 7 years. Now, this is not the first sign that I heard this. And I do my readings on different days, and I have heard this on a different day for a different sign. I don't know which sign, but it is coming up again for you. Year 2017, and though we're talking about December, year 2017 is a year of great expectations. Expect yourself to be the best you can be, but also expect yourself to embrace the very aspects of you that you have been denying. What this is being shown to me as aspects of yourself that you have been hiding, you have been reluctant to acknowledge, you have been unsure of. And the aspect that is being spoken of is the very nature of who you are. So let me unpack this. This is a general, it's kind of an interesting message here. It's different than all the other signs so far. Month of December seems to be a month of a lot of emotional commotion. And this commotion is being signified as time where you will spend a lot of time thinking and contemplating what was. This will be a time where you will reminisce. You understand what I'm trying to say? Think about the things that have happened and the things that have not happened, but you wanted to have happened. So let me just open this up a little bit more because it is a little bit cryptic. And I want to talk about first and foremost jobs and careers. It seems that month of December is going to be a month of a lot of thinking and rethinking regards your jobs and careers for those of you who are unhappy. I also hear that you have been resisting, or there has been resistance with regards to not only the work that you do, but also resistance with regards to wanting to move forward. It's almost as if there seems to be two opposing aspects of you. One that wants to do something different, but there's the other one that wants to stay, even though it is not overly happy place or place that brings you joy and contentment, but at least it's comfortable. So for whatever reason, month of December seems to be a month of weighing things out, weighing a lot of options. I also see that this is going to be a month of a lot of thinking and contemplation, as we've said earlier, for the purpose of looking at your life and potentially starting something different or something new that will be better. And again, this is jobs or career. For some of you, you are currently in the process of rethinking your career and rethinking your relationships with significant other. Some of these relationships I see are being looked at almost under a microscope, and you are weighing out options, or you are weighing out the pros and the cons of your current relationship. It seems that the month of December is a month of recognition where you are, but also where you would like to be. And December is a time of endings. It's the last month of the year. The next month brings new year, new opportunities, newness, new beginnings. So it is actually interesting and highly appropriate that you would be thinking and rethinking about many aspects of your life and significant aspects of your life, as in bringing the year to a close and therefore looking at your life from a point of view of review. So it's very much a reviewing time. I also see that for some of you, and hopefully for most of you, there is a need for you to pat yourself on the back, because this year 2016, has been a year of a lot of turmoil. Turmoil regarding jobs and also turmoil regarding relationships. For some of you, you have left jobs and left careers. And for some of you, you have decided to leave significant others or relationships or significant relationships. Now, this could be relationships pertaining to romance, or it could be significant relationships as in family or friendship. I want to see why he's bringing this up. And he's saying to me that you need to spend some time in order to understand just how far you have come. And though the year may have been met with many obstacles, and certainly many of those obstacles were steep. It's shown to me as steep mountains that you had to climb. Looking at what happened in 2016 with fresh new eyes, you should be able to see just how far you have come with the decisions that you've made and with the process that you have gone through. I'm also hearing that it wasn't an easy task for many of you to leave your jobs and or relationships. Those things are never easy. But it is shown to me that you made these choices in order to have an opportunity or a chance for a new and fresh start. And it seems like the month of December is very much a time of reminiscing over how far you've come, where you are, and then where you want to be or where you want to go in the year ahead. So it is a month of recognition. He's showing me doing this, which is not only being proud of yourself, but also acknowledging some of the difficulties that you have gone through and difficulties that may have seemed unsurmountable, yet you were able to push through. Why is this so important for you to do? He's saying because without recognition, it's hard for you to gauge how far you have grown or how much you have grown. And it is very important at this time in your life, in December 2016, to recognize just how much you have grown. And he's showing me you looking back at your life and looking at some obstacles that you had to overcome. And some of these obstacles were difficult, very, very difficult. I feel I'm being pulled apart. And looking back and recognizing that you were not defeated. And that's the word that is being shown and I'm being asked to use. Okay, so that's for the channeled message. Now let's start with the cards. The first card represents past circumstances that have contributed to your current situation. And we have the card Rejoice in Celebration, number 3. The card is in reverse. When I tap into this card, this is a card regarding emotions. In its upright position, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's people celebrating, coming together. It is friendships, relationships, people coming together. In its upright, or it's in its reverse position, it shows me endings in emotional relationships, endings in emotional situations. So very much consistent with what the message was. And I hear the words, you had to leave in order to better your future. Whether you had to leave a situation, job, someone left and you were left behind. But it feels to me like you made the decision. You had to do this in order for better future, for chance of better future. So that's past. The current card is your challenge. And the card is called Victory and Success in reverse. So in the upright position, pretty self-explanatory, pretty happy card. Number 6 is a number of families to me. It's a very nurturing number. This is a card that pertains to our spirit, our passion. It is in reverse. This is showing me that you are struggling. You are struggling with career, you are struggling with relationships, and you are struggling with the way things are. And he's reminding me that the reason why you want to look back at where you come from, because when you recognize where you were and where you are now, you will be able to clearly see that though where you are right now is not the final destination, it is in a process of you being or going into a different path or a different future. In other words, it's a stepping stone. And it's really important for you to acknowledge where you are. Very important, because it'll make your current situation that much more digestible or bearable. It may not fix it in a physical sense, but it will allow you to recognize, again, just how far you've come. That's really, really important. And he's saying to me that unless we actually recognize how far we've come, how do we really know if we've grown? We don't have that understanding, or at least we don't have the awareness. It is important for you to acknowledge, to be aware just how far you have come, despite of what the current situations may dictate at this time. Okay? Now the next card is the card of advice. I'm being asked to use this as a card of advice. And the card is called Temptation, Major Arcana. Okay, I believe in the traditional tarot deck, it's called the Devil. It is in reverse. Okay? In the upright position, this particular person looks like he's tempted. There is this key that's enlightened and he is able to reach this key, but there is something that's turning his awareness away from the key. So he is tempted to do something different. In reverse position, or as an advice card, I hear the words, don't be afraid to be who you are. And I'm going to unpack this a little bit. What I hear is that you have been hiding for most of your life. this hiding is shown to me as challenges around self-respect, challenges around self-esteem, challenges around self-worth. And because of those challenges, you have found yourself in many occasions in situations that were less than favorable to you. Number one, because of those challenges, you had difficulty standing up for yourself. When that happens, we have tendency to not voice our truth or speak our truth or ask for what we want or what we need. When we don't do that, we eventually become shut down, and then we become victims of our circumstances. What this card is saying as an advice is to please stop hiding. And he's showing me this as a metaphor of wearing a coat for most of your life. Coat as in a certain coat. You wear a coat. And then you decide to take the coat off, and then you expose the true you that has been hidden underneath this coat. This coat was your protection for whatever reason. And I hear the word Father. So there is that protection from having low self-esteem, challenges around self-worth. It's shown to me as stemming, for some of you, to a father figure. You're being asked to release the old patterns, to not be tempted to go back to where you came from, which is why, again, it's so important that this month of December, for you particularly, is spent in contemplation and recognition of how far you've come. Because if you are able to recognize and clearly see how far you have come and how much you have grown, you will be much less tempted to go back to situations that seem and are familiar or recognizable. In other words, not as positive for you, if I can use that term, as they could be. I also hear, remember to ask for what you need. Remember to speak out loud. And I see someone stuffing their anger, stuffing their emotions, stuffing their feelings. And when that happens, we often will reach for other ways to numb that pain or to deal with that pain or that void. And this could be vices, behaviors, anything that isn't balanced or healthy. I also hear, use your imaginations. What do you mean? To create what you want, use your imagination. Again, he's asking me to look now forward towards 2017. And what I see is wiping the slate clean and making the slate clean, wiping it clean, ready for 2017. Use your imagination in order to create what you want. And what I hear is that for some of you, who this is for, you have been reluctant to allow yourself to imagine. It's almost like there's a part of you that was stuck in certain parameters, almost like an inner prison where you couldn't even think of things that you might want. It's because you're so used to doing things a certain way. And they're saying, use your imagination, for your imagination is the fuel to your reality. Without imagination, nothing can come to fruition. Every single aspect of reality, the physical being, is always stems from a thought, someone's imagination. If you can imagine, you can create it. And then he says the words, be free. I think that's all I want to say on this. Interesting message, quite different from the other ones that I have done. And I'm more than halfway through. I am recording this third week of November. It is an interesting message for you, and I'm hoping that this will make sense. Now, keep in mind, as I said earlier, most of the time these messages don't make sense until the third or last week of a particular month. So if you listen to this at the very beginning, it may not make sense to you. And from what I hear from you, it doesn't. But then I hear you guys come back towards the third or last week of a month, and then you say it makes incredible sense. So if it doesn't make sense at the beginning, come back to it after midpoint or towards the third week of December and watch it again and hear it again and see if it resonates with you. If it does make sense to you right away, and if you feel like you would like to comment, I always read all my comments or your comments. Please do so. Thank you so much for watching, sharing, and subscribing and liking. Thank you so much. I wish you wonderful holidays, Christmas, whatever holidays you celebrate. I wish you a wonderful month of December. Thank you so much again for watching, and please be safe. Please take care of yourself. Please be kind and good to yourself. And I look forward to seeing you again in January. Take care. Bye.